Let's also look at a different example of group by and the having clause, because these are really important concepts. These are even asked in the interview questions. All right, let's look at another example where I'm trying to find out those individual employee from each of the department who has the max salary in that department. But before we do that, let's recreate the table because I have some department constraint on the table. So I'm going to drop the employee first and then recreate the table, and then I'm going to insert few record. So if you see, there are like almost 8 record I have entered, and there are total 5 department, and people like Ramesh and Lex, they work in the same department, and Lex has higher salary than Ramesh, which is 6,000. And then Carter and Paru works in the same department, which is 3. And then again Paru has higher salary than Carter. So my goal here is to find out those people from the individual department who's earning the highest salary in that department. So let me break down this query before. So let me break down this query. So my goal is to first find out the max salary in each of the department. So this is the way to do that. We'll just group by on the department ID and find the max salary, use the max function. So this is the list of department ID and the max salary in each department. So department 3, in department 3 the max salary is 5,000. In department 5 the max salary is 3,000. In department 4 the max salary is 6,000. Now my goal is to find out those employee who are getting these maximum salary. So in order to do that, I have to again write a query on employee table where I will use the in operator, and in the in operator I'm going to look up using the department ID and the salary information, so that I pick up a record for only this combination. So basically the goal is to find out the person who works in department 3 and whose salary is 5,000, and that's why I'm doing the lookup using these two column. All right, let me go over the query one more time, and before I do that I have to standardize the format. So this is basically two query I'm using here, and both of them are running together. The first query is called as the outer query and the second is called as the inner query. So we find out first one information, and then we run the outer query to decide something on the result of the inner query. So these are the people who are getting maximum salary in each department. So there are 5 departments, and that's why we have 5 record. And if you see, Lex has the highest salary, which is 6,000 in department 4. Paru has the highest salary, which is 5,000 in department 3, and likewise. So I think I went a little further and used a slightly complicated query where I'm using the in operator. So before I finish the video, I feel like okay, I should explain the in operator as well. So the in operator in the database is used to look up from one table to another table for any information. What that means is, is I have two tables. Let's try to understand this from one example. I have two tables, employee and there is another table, department. So in the department I have only 4 departments, 1 2 3 4, But if you look at the employee table, I have 5 departments: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you see, there is one department which exists in the employee record but not into the department table. Now I'm going to create a query for one sample use case where I'm trying to find out the employees from that department which does not exist into the department table. So, and the query will look like this: select star from employee where department ID not in, select DEPT ID from DEPT. So what this query tells me is that, give me all the record from the employee table where department ID does not exist in the department. And if you see here, I'm using the in operator. So in basically looks up the data from one table to another table. And if you just revert the in by using not in, it will give you those data which does not exist inside a table. So this department does not exist in the department table, and I'm only going to get that particular record where the department does not exist. So I got only one record, the record related to Max, where this department does not exist into the department table. And if I just remove the not operator and run the query, I will get all the record where department exists in the department table. So that's how pretty much we use in. In this scenario, I'm using only one column to do the lookup in the inner query result. But in the earlier example where I was trying to find out the employee who are getting maximum salary in each of the department, I was using two column to do the lookup in the inner query result. And whenever you use more than one column, you have to put the column in the bracket. So that's like one of the syntax rule we follow. So this is the end of chapter 5. Okay, so yeah, check out these examples or you can run them in your local editor and let me know your feedback or any comment on the video. Thank you all.